welcome you to the Ask Jeff YouTube channel. Here's today's question. How can we reconcile the command not to kill with the conquests of the Old Testament and also stories like David and Goliath? I don't know how to explain this to my kids. Well, the statement, thou shalt not kill, is one of the big 10. There we go, the 10 commandments. Yet, the Old Testament is a book of carnage and death. Every time we turn around, the Philistines are going after the Israelites and vice versa. You have David who kills Goliath, and then the armies go after him. You even have stories like Samson, one of the great judges of God, killing thousands of people, quote, in the name of God. So how do we reconcile what appears to be these very violent acts with the same God who said, thou shalt not kill? Well, I think the answer to the question is actually not found in Exodus 20, which we know as the 10 Commandments. It's actually found in the books of the Bible known as Leviticus, Numbers, and Deuteronomy. Now, obviously, it's a section of the Bible we don't spend a great deal of time as a New Testament believer in, but what you'll notice there is the Lord makes it very clear that there were certain consequences to certain behaviors. And the reason found in Deuteronomy is the reason that someone would be put to death is so that sin would not overtake the land. And so death in those situations was always as a punishment for committing a certain crime, but also as an example to others not to follow suit. Now, why is this important? Because those that practice idolatry, those who practice sorcery, those who practice the worshiping in the high places, all of the contrary to the one true God faith, were to suffer those consequences. When you get to the story of David and Goliath, when you get to the Philistines, you get to all these conquests, please understand that was God using the Israelites as his retribution to idolatry, to false worship, and to, quote, cleanse the land so it wouldn't take over. Now, let me give you an example of how this goes wrong real quickly. Solomon decides that he needs, for some reason, all these wives and concubines. He brings them into his palace with their idols and with their false gods. You know what happens? Israel falls into idolatry. In other words, the reason the Lord had these violent acts committed was because he understands that we have a propensity to worship false gods and idolatry, etc. So, in the Bible, when it says, thou shalt not kill, it means we don't take somebody's life for no reason at all just because it gains us an advantage. All of the death and violence you see in the Old Testament was God directing Israel as his instrument to alleviate that which was contrary to his saving message and was actually convincing others to follow suit. So again, thou shalt not kill means we don't have the ability to do so just because we want to. When the Lord directs, much like Jericho, Ai, Goliath, etc., it was to eradicate, unrepentant idolatry and the consequences thereof. Great question. You have one, send it to askjeff.net. Maybe your question will be tomorrow. Thanks for being a part of today's daily question. Now, we answer a question each and every day. Please feel free to submit a new question at askjeff.net. We may not have gotten to yours today, but we eventually will continue to be a part of this. Subscribe so you don't miss out on a question every day.